So this is the last side dish that I'm sharing with y'all for the Valentine's side dish. And it's funny because I think two of the side dishes involves cornbread. So this would be wonderful with a steak. Oh gosh, and some grilled asparagus or Brussels sprouts. It would be delicious. And a nice bread to go along with it. But this is from a magazine. You know, it's no longer an issue. But I still refer back to my magazine because it was full of so many wonderful recipes. And this one is cheesy cornbread bread pudding. But now, you can't be thinking because of the bread pudding word that it's sweet, because it's not. It's a savory bread pudding. And over the years, Teresa and I have talked about how to cook the bacon for dishes like this, because she would cook it so crisp and you would know what one drop of fat left in it for seasoning or anything. So I think I finally convinced her that if you would not overcook your bacon so much, that there would be enough fat left in it to give you your flavor that you will make. Right, Teresa?
Delicious, yes. That's actually a little more cooked than I really like it.
Yeah. But see,
It's faster than a phone.
you can see on the board it's got enough fat in it. You know that that fat will turn into flavor in those ramekin dishes. Right now I'm going to wash the bacon off my hands. So, okay, I got my hands washed, so I'm ready to finish putting this together. And it's very easy, y'all, and very delicious. Now, I've got a cup of heavy cream. A cup of buttermilk. You know what I think? Before I get the buttermilk, I'm going to go ahead and beat these eggs so I won't have so much liquid to get those mixed. Oh, now the cup of buttermilk. And I've got a wonderful, wonderful batch of cornbread that's just perfectly delicious. And you want to make sure you have a quality cornbread. All right, I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup of Gruyere cheese. If you don't have Gruyere, you can use Swiss or Parmesan. But the Gruyere is so very good. And I'm going to gently toss my cubed up cornbread into my wet ingredients. Just gonna kind of fold. You know, I don't want my cornbread like crumbled. Add my bacon, and that's 1 pound of bacon. And this recipe says it serves 6. I only have 4 matching ramekins. So I'll have to probably put some in another dish, but that's all right. You could actually put this in a casserole dish. But I love the idea for Valentine's Day for everybody to have their own personal dish. Just makes it a little bit more special. Uh-oh, I forgot to add the ground pepper. It costs for 1 teaspoon of fresh grounds. And the reason for fresh ground is because it's bigger. And you can see it. And personally, I love the flavor so much better of the fresh ground. Don't ask why. I think it's about empty, don't you think, Eddie? And I'm not good at filling that thing up because the bottom usually falls out. And I don't have much left. Okay, so we're going to spray our ramekins. Because we don't want this sticking. While my guests are trying to eat. Alright, so I'm going to gently fill these ramekins. To me, that's a big serving right there. All right, so we'll top it with that last 1/4 of a cup of cheese we had held back. I may save a little of this cheese in it the last minute. It's just soften it. Okie dokie. So easy. And look how much we've got left. So I'm almost saying this would serve close to 8 people. You know, and I'm saying that I don't know the size of your eaters either. So $3.50 for about 30 minutes. Yum. All right. I told y'all I was gonna come back and top it with a little bit more cheese. They look delicious. But I've added another step to this, and I'll share that with y'all after that cheese melts. I'm telling y'all that I'm adding another step to this recipe because in this recipe, it didn't tell you how much cornbread. And so it really depends on how you like your perception of a bread pudding. Do you like it more on the dry side or more on the wet side? Whoa, watch it, Grace. I did it. So this is what I am choosing to do for the one that I'm going to eat. I'm going to pour a little hot cream over it because I like mine more on the moist side. And where is that? I hope I can get enough pepper out for this. But isn't that a really pretty display? You know, you might say. It's not so pretty on that on that rag, but doesn't that look good? And you can choose to add more cream or eat it the way it is. So to give you an idea, the amount of cornbread that I put in here was baked in an 8x8 dish, and we did use all of it. So if you like it creamier, you could back off of some of the cornbread. If you like it drier, then you can use all. This is going to be so hot. And I have to say the bacon was cooked perfectly because it added the little bit of fat that we needed for this dish to really go wow. It's really, really good. But like I said, I'm gonna add a little more heavy cream to each one of them. And let that absorb that. So if you've got an 8-ounce pan of cornbread dressing, use half of that or 3/4, somewhere in there. But I don't think I'd recommend using the whole 8 ounces. But this is very, very good. Very good.
And very hot.
And very, very hot. You know, I just get excited about my dishes, which means I'm short on impatience because I want to taste it. And I like my hot food hot and my cold food cold. So this is definitely hot. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. I hope that over the last, 6 videos, there's been something that caught your eye and you want to make it for your Valentine. And you tell your Valentine that I sent love and best dishes to the both of y'all. Bye-bye. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.